Hey guys, so let's check if this was working. Yes, it is. So today we are going to resume my long ago tutorials on geometry. And today we're going to do a simple topic. We're going to do angles, but it's important that we review this information. So let's go ahead and get right to it. So the first thing you're going to have to know is that a ray is a line section that has one endpoint and goes on infinitely in the opposite direction, aka one arrow. So let me just enlarge this for a second. Home. Let's make this 24, let's say. So a ray is a line section that has one endpoint and goes on infinitely in the opposite direction, or one arrow. How does this look like? Okay, so let's draw. You can think of a ray as, we need something a little bigger. You can think of a ray as something like this. Okay, that looks terrible, but whatever. So let's say this is an endpoint right here. We call this point A, and so this here is an endpoint on the left side. However, on the right side, aka the opposite direction, the line goes on infinitely, or goes on forever, as indicated by that arrow. Okay, so that's a ray, and then two rays connected at the same endpoint is an angle. So what an angle looks like is, I can find my little arrow thing. An angle looks something like, why don't they make these things a little thicker? Hey, we might be able to look at this. An angle looks something like this. Well, that's a right angle right there. But an angle has two rays, and as you can see, it has an endpoint that both of the rays are connected on. So this is a, as you'll see later on, this is a right angle, and there are different types of angles. So so the first thing you need to know is that we typically measure angles in the degree system. Angles can be measured in degrees, can be in degrees or radians. In this course, we're gonna talk mostly in degrees, but soon I'm going to teach you how to convert to radians as well. So the types of angles that we have are if I can find the typing button, maybe I might be able to do this a little better. Isn't there a text box somewhere or something? So the types of angles that we have are Okay, let's open this in WordPad. The types of angles that we have are, come on, acute angles, right angles, reflex angles, obtuse angles, and straight angles. So let's just, you'll see what I mean by this later. Acute angles are less than 90 degrees. Right angles are equal to 90 degrees. Reflex angles are essentially more than 180 degrees, and this could ascend, as you'll see later on, this could be the exact opposite of an interior acute angle, and I'll explain that later. Obtuse angles are greater than 90 but less than 180 degrees, and straight angles are exactly 180 degrees. So let's just look at the acute angle first. An acute angle, see if that highlighter might be better. An acute angle looks something like this. So we can call this angle C, and angle C, as you can see, is less than 90 degrees. 90 degrees, or a right angle, is, okay, that does not look right. Let me just cut that out for a second. A right angle is essentially something like, wait, what? No. Something like this. That is a right angle. So what we have here is, and we denote a right angle using a square right here. So what we have here is one perfectly straight line intersecting another perfectly straight line at 90 degrees. That's what a right angle is. So this is an acute angle over here, which is less than 90 degrees. Acute. And you can kind of think of it as, hey, look, it's a cute angle. You know, it's less than it's less than 90 degrees. It's cute, a cute angle. So less than 90 degrees is acute. And this is a right angle. If I could write a little better, maybe. Yeah. So before we go into a reflex angle, let's go over what an obtuse and a straight angle is. An obtuse angle looks something like this. This is highlight this. This is an obtuse angle. It's between 90 and 180 degrees. So it's like greater than 90 and less than 180 degrees. Okay, so now that we got that done, let's look at two more angles, and that is the straight angle and the reflex angle. A straight angle is essentially just a straight line. So if I were to look at something here, this over here is a straight angle. We could denote a point right here, and voila, that's a straight angle. A straight angle is straight angle, 180 degrees, exactly 180 degrees. And then the reflex angle is something greater than 180 but less than 360 degrees. This is an example of a reflex angle. So it's greater than 180 and less than 360 degrees. Okay, so now that we've got all that covered, let's talk about different angle notations that we have to know. So the first thing that we have to know is what are adjacent angles. So let's say that we have an angle over here, so we're going to call this B. So if I can get this draw function to perform a little better. This could be A, and this could be D, and this could be C. So what an adjacent angle is essentially means that two angles that are touching each other. So angle ABC, angle, we use this sign over here to denote angle. Angle ABC is adjacent to angle CBD. Okay, so then comes essentially a very easy part. Complementary angles are two angles that add up to a right angle, or two angles that add up to 90 degrees. So a complementary angle, for example, would be x, y, z, x, y, a. So it can be said that angle x, y, z complements angle z, y, a, because they both sum up to 90 degrees. Okay, so supplementary angles are two angles that add up to a straight angle. So that's essentially the opposite. Well, that's essentially a little bit over the complementary angle. So if I can just lasso select and cut this. Supplementary angles are two angles that add up to 180 degrees. So let's draw. Example of a supplementary angle is two right angles. They're supplementary to each other because they both add up to 90 degrees. I mean, they both add up to 180 degrees altogether. 90 plus 90, that's 180. So that's A, B, C, B, C, let's say D. If I can find my arrow pointer. Okay, so it can be said that angle A, B, C supplements angle D, DBC. Okay, and this is the last angle that we are going to learn for today, and it is called the vertical angle. And all a vertical angle is essentially a vertical angle is made from two intersecting lines. So right here, and as you can see, these two are vertical angles. So the angles on the opposite sides of the intersection of both lines are vertical angles, and vertical angles are equivalent. So let's say that this was called A, B, C, and then this could be called DBE. So angle ABC is congruent or equal to DBE, angle DBE, because they're vertical angles. Alright, so that's enough for today, and please join me for more tutorials later on. I know that this wasn't exactly the best tutorial. It's been a long time since I've done a geometry video, but I really just wanted to finish what I started. Thank you very much, guys. Love you. Good night.